Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 360 experience with myself, Thomas Mabaso. So, the National Dialogue is being exposed for exactly what it is. And I must say, I'm happy, I feel vindicated because everything that I said in the past couple of weeks is turning out to be true. Guys, if you have been following this platform, you know I've been saying there is no such thing as the National Dialogue. This is the ANC campaigning for 2026 and 2029. Ramaphosa, as the president of the ANC, has no intention of sitting down with the people of this country and having meaningful discussions with the people of this country. Ramaphosa simply wants to go to the people of this country and tell them about what the ANC has done for them in the past 30 years. And I remember when Helen Zille said the same thing. They accused her of being a racist, but me, I'm black. You cannot accuse me of being a racist. Ask Gayton McKenzie what happens when you accuse black people in this country of being racist. Ask Gayton McKenzie. So yesterday, the news came out that even AfriForum has decided to withdraw from the National Dialogue. And guess why AfriForum is withdrawing from the National Dialogue? According to this article that came out from Eyewitness News, it says that AfriForum accuses Ramaphosa of capturing the National Dialogue, turning it into the ANC monologue. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. We did say that this is what the ANC was going to do. We did say this is what the ANC was going to do. And it's funny how everything has unfolded, because when the whole National Dialogue started, the government and Ramaphosa, they used to be proud about the National Dialogue. But as soon as the backlash came, Ramaphosa and that useless spokesperson of his, they started to say that this was not the idea of the government, but it was the idea of the people of this country. Just like yesterday, you remember yesterday we played a video of Ramaphosa insisting that the people of this country want a national dialogue. You are talking about the people that are dealing with unemployment. You are talking about the people that are dealing with crime, the people that are dealing with drugs in their communities, the people that are dealing with this collapsed infrastructure, the people that are dealing with all of these bad things that are happening in this country. And you, as the president of the country, you keep insisting that the people of this country wants to sit down in a hall with a bunch of elitists and celebrities and discuss how the country is going to move forward. Like Ramaphosa just shows you, like he just shows you that he does not take South Africans seriously. People told him that the National Dialogue is nothing but a waste of money and it's a waste of time. And you guys in the government, you cannot tell us that you don't know the problems that are facing this country. So everybody knows the problems that are facing this country. Even if you can stop a regular person on the street and ask them about the problems that are facing this country, they can tell you what is wrong with this country. So why does Ramaphosa and his people feel the need to spend 1 billion rand talking? Why do they feel the need to spend 1 billion rand talking? They want to campaign for the ANC. This is what they want to do. Going into 2026, this is the message that they are going to hit. Ramaphosa knows that the media will be there. They know that the media will be reporting everything that's said in the National Dialogue. And this is a perfect opportunity for them to actually campaign for the ANC. This is what they're going to do. Ramaphosa has been campaigning for the ANC on every event. It doesn't matter whether it's the State of the Nation. It doesn't matter whether it's the Q&A in Parliament. Every time Ramaphosa gets a chance, he goes on podium and he campaigns for the ANC. This is what Ramaphosa does. And for anybody to think that Ramaphosa is going to do things differently this time around, they are naive. They are naive. Can you just imagine, man, sitting in a hall with celebrities and talking about the problems that are facing this country? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. But it looks like AfriForum and the legacy foundations have came to realize what we South Africans have realized a long time ago. So this article continues to say that the lobby group AfriForum said President Ramaphosa has captured the National Dialogue and turned it into the African National Congress monologue. The group and its affiliate Solidarity have withdrawn from this weekend's national convention. And guys, I think it was reported yesterday that the so-called national convention, that event that is going to be held, I think for over the weekend, is going to cost the country 20 million rands. And And they are going to spend 20 million rands on this national convention of theirs. Can you just imagine how long the national dialogue is going to be and how much money is going to be wasted there? Oh my goodness. From Friday, 1,000 delegates will gather at the UNISA building in Pretoria to set the agenda for the dialogue. But last week, legacy foundations such as Thabo Mbeki Foundation withdrew from the convention, saying it was rushed. AfriForum said the dialogue has been deviated from being citizens-led. Of course, this dialogue was never citizens-led, because if this dialogue was a genuine national dialogue, Ramaphosa and his people were going to allow the people on the ground to choose their representatives. But somehow, they have already chosen the representatives for us. And we don't know who these people are. We don't know who these people are. But apparently, these elitists are the ones that are going to represent us. So, AfriForum says that this dialogue has deviated from being citizens-led. Quote, what we are seeing now is that the president and ANC are dictating what the agenda should be. Of course, they are dictating who should manage the process, and the rest of us, the citizens, will just have to sit and listen to what their agenda is. I cannot believe these people. Honestly, I cannot believe these people. But again, this is the ANC that we are dealing with. This is the ANC that we are dealing with. And I'm quite shocked, man. You know, in this country, man, we still have the people that are oblivious to the nonsense of the ANC. We still have the people that still believes in the ways of the ANC. And you look at this national dialogue, as a rational South African, you look at this national dialogue and you can see that, okay, man, this is what is going to happen. But unfortunately, many people are going to fall for the nonsense that is going to be said on this national dialogue. These are the kind of people South Africans are. That's why I say that, man, you know, when it comes to South African voters, I don't trust the South African voters. I don't trust the South African voters. And South African voters, the way they always have this edge of eating everything that the politicians say. They always have the edge. And Ramaphosa and his people, I think deep down, they know that rational people in this country are a minority. Majority of the people in this country, they are okay with the status quo. That's why majority of the voters in this country who happen to be pro-black people have been voting for the ANC in the past 30 years. They are okay with the status quo. So it's only minority of us who are rational in this country. South Africans are okay with everything that is happening in this country. South Africans are okay with everything that is happening in this country. You remember, I think it was 2 days ago when we did an update about the brewing storm that is taking place in the Western Cape. You know, this thing of economic migration thing. And the leader of the National Coloured Congress was saying it is unfair for the people of Eastern Cape to vote for the ANC in such high numbers, then leave Eastern Cape and come into the Western Cape and expect the Western Cape to do everything for them. It is unfair. And when I said the same thing, people said, nah, Thomas, this is South Africa. South Africans can go wherever they want. They are actually absolving the people of the responsibility of what they have done. These people have voted for the ANC in the Eastern Cape. They always vote for the ANC in their large numbers. But they leave the Eastern Cape and go to the Western Cape. And when they get to the Western Cape, they expect the government in the Western Cape to provide them with everything. And when the government cannot do that, they say, no, the government in the Western Cape, it hates black people. And this is what other political parties say. They say the same thing, that no, the DA hates black people. Look at how black people are living in the Western Cape. They don't consider the fact that millions of these people, they come from the Eastern Cape. They don't consider that. They don't consider that. So these are the type of people that we are dealing with in this country. If you think that the politicians are worse in this country, I tell you about the voters, man. The voters of this country are the worst of the worst. They are the worst of the worst. So yesterday, the leader of AfriForum, Mr. Kalikriel released a video telling people why AfriForum has decided to withdraw from the National Dialogue. And this is the reason why AfriForum has decided to withdraw from the National Dialogue.
AfriForum and the Solidarity Movement has decided not to participate in this weekend's National Dialogue. And the reason for that is simple. The current process has been captured by the ANC as well as President Ramaphosa. They have turned the National Dialogue into an ANC monologue. They want to dictate dictate the agenda and they expect us to just listen. The fact is, we must remember the crisis in the country, where it comes from. It's because of many years of ANC's
I'm sorry, man. You know, to sit down with the comrades, for the comrades to expect the South Africans to sit down with them in the same hall, while knowing that they are responsible for what the country is. It just shows you the arrogance of these people. It shows you the arrogance of these people. It's like somebody saying that, I know that this person came into your house with guns. This person almost murdered your family, but I want you to sit in the same room with this person and talk about crime. But this is what is happening now. For these people to actually expect the South Africans to sit with them in the same room, whereas they are responsible for the mess that the country is in, it is nonsense. It is nonsense. South Africans are expected to sit with the people that have been exposed in the Zondo Commission. We are expected to sit with those people and tell these people about the problems that we are facing. And somehow, the same people that have been exposed in the Zondo Commission are the same people that are going to fix our problems. Like, this is a joke, man. This is a joke.
AfriForum and the Solidarity Movement has decided not to participate in this weekend's National Dialogue. And the reason for that is simple. The current process has been captured by the ANC as well as President Ramaphosa. They have turned the National Dialogue into an ANC monologue. They want to dictate the agenda and they expect us to just listen. The fact is, we must remember the crisis in the country, where it comes from. It's because of many years of ANC's mismanagement, corruption, as well as failed policies. So why on earth would we want to trust the reason for a crisis to drive the agenda and prescribe the solution? This dialogue should be in the hands of civil society. We will continue to push for that, but while we're pushing, we must continue our discussions on grassroots level with various communities. AfriForum has done so for many years. That is why we have agreements with various communities, the Parlong Buseleka, Namabele community, Bakatla community. These are not just talk shops. These talk shops, well, it's not talk shops, but these discussions are converted into agreements and practical projects. That is where we see the future with real dialogue and cooperation. I see a great future, not because of President Ramaphosa and the ANC-led government, but despite them.
Yobo, he makes a very good point, man. He makes a very good point. He makes a very good point. For us to be expected to sit in the same room with the people that have destroyed this country. I mean, like, we are talking about the corrupt and arrogant ANC comrades. These are the people that we are talking about. If you think about the arrogance that the ANC has displayed in the past 30 years, even now, the ANC lost the elections, but you would think that the ANC would be a bit wiser now that they have lost the elections. They are still the same. Just listen to Fikile Mbalula when he speaks. Still the same. It's almost as if these people have won the elections with the majority. It's almost as if they have won the elections with the majority. But anyway, I'm just happy that I was able to prophesy this bogus national dialogue for exactly what it is. I feel vindicated, man. I feel vindicated. Because when even the legacy foundations, when they left, they said the same thing. That this whole thing is rushed. And it looks like the ANC is trying to turn this thing into their campaign. And we are not going to be part of that. We are not going to campaign for the ANC. We are not going to let the ANC to use us as their props to campaign for 2026 and for 2029. This is what the National Dialogue is about. This is exactly what it's about. So what are your thoughts, guys? So please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.